We live in a world that's just full of acronyms, right? And one you hear thrown around all the time is ICT. It kind of feels like it's the invisible architecture of our modern lives. But what does it actually mean? Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to demystify information and communication technology. I mean, it feels like every time we blink, there's a new app or smarter device or some new update. It's exciting for sure, but it can also feel a little overwhelming, can it? And that's exactly why being digitally literate is just more important than ever before. So, that's the big question, isn't it? With technology just moving at lightning speed, how on earth do we keep up? Well, the answer really lies in one crucial skill for modern life, and that's digital literacy. And this is the key. Digital literacy isn't about being some kind of coding genius. Not at all. It's simply about having a good, current understanding of the tools we use every single day: our computers, our phones, the web. Think of it as the skill set that gives us the confidence to navigate this constantly changing digital world. Okay, so to build up that literacy, let's get right to the heart of it. We're going to define ICT and really unpack what each piece of that powerful acronym stands for. So let's just tackle the main question head on. You've probably seen this acronym everywhere, in job descriptions, news articles, maybe even in school curriculums. But what are we really talking about when we say ICT? All right, let's look at a more formal definition. A researcher named Zuppo puts it this way. It's all about technologies that help with the transfer of information and electronically mediated communications. Now, that sounds a bit academic, but just think about it. That's everything from sending a quick text to hopping on a global video call. Okay, so let's strip away all that academic language. In simple terms, ICT is really just about using technology to do something with information. It doesn't matter if you're finding it, sharing it, storing it, or creating something totally new with it. It's all about action. It's practical. To really get a handle on this, it's super helpful to break ICT down into its three main pillars, the three words that make up the name: information, communication, and technology. Let's take a look at how each one plays its part. So first up, we have information. This is the what of the equation. It's the raw material of our digital world, right? It's the data, the facts, the knowledge we're all looking for. And this is super important. It's what we need to make good, informed decisions, both in our personal lives and at work. All right, next is communication. If information is the what, communication is the how. This is the actual process of moving that information around from one person or place to another. It's the exchange, the conversation, the sharing. I mean, without this piece, information would just be stuck, unable to have any real impact. And that brings us to the final piece: technology. This is the great enabler. These are the actual tools we use, the hardware, like the smartphone in your hand, and the software, like your favorite messaging app. They're what make all this seamless transfer and exchange of information even possible. It's the magic that makes modern communications so incredibly fast and powerful. Okay, so this brings us to something that trips a lot of people up. You hear IT and you hear ICT. They sound almost the same, and honestly, people use them interchangeably all the time. But there's actually a really key difference, and we're going to clear that up right now. So are they the same thing? The short answer: no, not really. They are definitely related, very closely related, in fact, but they each focus on a slightly different piece of the puzzle. So let's break it down. Okay, so have a look at this. On one side, we have IT, or information technology. I want you to think of IT as the foundation. It's the computers, the software, the network cables, all the infrastructure. Now, on the other side, ICT puts the focus on the use of all that technology, especially for communication. Here's a really easy way to remember the difference. IT builds the highway, but ICT is all the cars, messages, and conversations traveling on it. All right, so we've defined the terms, we've cleared up the whole IT versus ICT confusion, but why does any of this matter? Well, it's because ICT isn't just some technical jargon. It's a massive force that is actively shaping our world every single day. And you can really see the scope of that impact right here. It's huge. For businesses, it helps make complicated processes run smoothly. For you and me, it improves our everyday lives in ways we don't even think about. I mean, just consider this. How does a package get from a warehouse halfway across the country to your front door in like a day? That's a massive, complex ICT network in action.
It's also pretty cool to see where ICT fits into the bigger story of human innovation. We started with simple tools, right? Then we built machines, then we figured out automation, and now we're in the era of intelligent systems, and ICT is basically the central nervous system for all of it. It's really the culmination of thousands of years of progress. So as you can see, ICT isn't some static, boring field. It is the dynamic engine that's powering our world. Understanding it means you understand the forces that are shaping not just our present, but our future. And that leaves us with one last big question to think about. As technology keeps evolving, as we move deeper into this age of AI and truly intelligent systems, what does the next stage of communication even look like?